Hey, it's me, Aries 83, and I'm here with another review for you guys of a modern figure. This is gonna be a review of the Commander Class Rodimus Prime from the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom line. He's a Commander Class. I got him at TF Basement for $94.99, and also Target has him for $84.99 if you can get him in stock. I've set alerts for Target to let me know when he's in stock, and they'll be like, he's in stock, and I'll go to the website and it'll be like, out of stock. And the website doesn't let you sign up again for an alert. You got to go to your app, and there's like a little button on the listing, and you have to swipe that button to on so you can get another alert. He's also available at CMD store for 89.99. So he's pretty pricey. My personal history with Rodimus, he likes giving scritches to his pet. If you don't know what scritches are, that's like when you rub a dog behind their ears. My personal history is that I liked Rodimus a lot as a kid. I've never heard the nonsense growing up about him getting Prime killed. Maybe it was because I didn't see the movie as a youngin. I was poor. I did see the movie through a sticker book, but that's not exactly a great way to experience a cartoon. And it most likely the friends my age that I hung out with back then, we were trading out toys for girls. I do remember handling the toy, and also being disappointed in the robot mode because the G1 toy, the robot mode is just like this big old stick that you shove under a trailer. I don't know why people love G1 so much. A lot of it was kind of bad. It's weird. And now when it's like a big decision about cartoon accuracy and toy accuracy, but in reality it's media accuracy. If you see a cartoon and you want a toy for it, like let's say Cyberverse. You watch Cyberverse, you see Cyberverse Striker or Clobber, and then you get Clobber, and it's not exactly cartoon accurate. You're like, it does. Maybe it's accurate to Lugnut, but from animated to toy, but most toys have to be media accurate, comic book, cartoon. But that G1 toy was kind of a disappointment because it wasn't what it was in the cartoon. Years later, I would acquire a used G1 Rodimus from eBay, and I still own that guy. I got him without the spoiler and without his weapons, but at least when he turns into his alt mode, he's a decent trailer. The trailer that I love. As an adult, I have a better appreciation for Rodimus Prime because he didn't ask to be the leader of the Autobots. Uh, you can say that the matrix of leadership was forced upon him in an hour of desperation, in their darkest hour. He did what he did um, to survive and to save Cybertron. As a leader, he always did the best he could with what he had. And he voiced his feelings, and the fandom gives him guff about that. Hashtag let boys cry. He doesn't have to be a stoic leader. I guess in the 80s, that's how things were, but he doesn't have to be that now. Getting Rodimus into robot mode was a chore. MGo's instructions didn't help because he usually does his videos silent. And but thanks to delicious reviewer Prime versus Prime, I got the chest to work. It was a circus of tabs, but this monstrosity in here was not easy to figure out. I feel like I had to tab in these arms, but that's the way that they work. Basically, there's a few tabs. There's one that pegs into here. You see that pegged into the windshield. There's a tab that pegs into his chest, and there's also another tab that goes has to go through a stick and pass a tab. It's like it goes in. It's supposed to click, but I didn't know if I was gonna break it until I saw Prime versus Prime do it, and I got him. Now he's together. He's one big solid mass of fun and of leadership. He can do the pose. I have his I have his hand posed like in the "come at me, bruh." But he can do the pose. He has articulated fingers, which are, I'm sure, are very expensive. Let me put his hand over here. Oh my gosh, it's a hand. So he has articulated fingers, which, as if you're a logical guy like me, you know, the more pieces a figure has, the more expensive it is. So he could bend his hand like that, and he has a articulated pointing finger. So that's pretty cool. Expensive, but very cool. I love his chest. It reminds me of the Masterpiece toy. I like this indentation that he has here. These holes I could live without, but they're acceptable. But I do love the indentation where the chest goes from one angle to another. I like it. It kind of reminds me of the Masterpiece toy, and also the design model for Hot Rod Rodimus Prime in the Prime Wars trilogy. His face sculpt is old, um, which is something that the Titans Return and the Power of the Primes version did. Usually, it's a slight difference when he goes from Hot Rod to Rodimus in his face, but this time they decided to make him old and bold. But I like it. Shows the weariness of being a leader. Optimus Prime always had a mouth plate, so you can see how old and raggedy the job made him. But I do like his face sculpt. These pipes, boop boop, they don't get in the way of the arms, as you can see. Like he can move them and rotate them, and pipes are there, just waiting for the alt mode to come back. And his spoiler is Studio Ox huge, as you can see. It's very big. I don't mind it. I'm sure other people would be like, "Oh, it's not the right shape," but I like it. I like that it's huge also. Since he is Commander Class, I'm gonna go into his accessories. He comes with an instruction booklet and a card. This is Optimus Prime. I think this is the destiny on this card is Optimus dying. Of course. You know, because He was killed by Rodimus and not destined to die. Another one of his accessories, if you can call it that, is this turret that comes inside the trailer. It does have some treads in the bottom, which make me think of it as a robot. Like, Uncle Owen, this droid has a bad motivator. So the treads make me think that it's probably an independent thing, like roller. So this is like soldier or gunner. Boom, 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 boom. It does have a ratcheted joint here for transformation. It doesn't go this way. It does come down this way. So when you put him in the trailer, you could bring him down that way. These flaps open on the side to shield against fire, enemy fire. There is also a joint on the top, and it rotates. And these nubs here, well, I like to think of them as antenna, are also gun handles that Rodimus can hold with his articulated, expensive hands. And you can kind of put blast effects in the barrel. This one's a little loose. And this one is probably the wrong way. Or the right way. He comes with a couple of blast effects. Here's one, two. They look delicious. Three. I'm sure keep these away from your kids. They'll probably want to eat them. Blueberry. 4. This is for the Matrix. Meow, 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 meow. You got the touch. Here's another one. Another. And yeah. I believe these are all repaints, recolors of the blast effect that come with Scott Jetfire and maybe Omega Supreme, but I'm not sure. He also has these dark licorice. Licorice is nasty. But he has these. A lot of people say, why is there smoke black? I don't know. Blue doesn't make sense, and maybe white or clear. I guess black equals awesome. These are for the pipes of the trailer. Boop, boop. He comes with this collapsible rifle. Which is cool. As Hot Rod, he had 2 guns. Now as Rodimus, he has 1. I wouldn't call it a god killer like Optimus's rifle, but I'm sure it could do some damage. And he comes with what everybody's calling the Sword of Primus, but I just think it's a sword. It's pretty cool. There's a little tab here, a little peg, so you can tab it in places, but I like it. Also, I guess it doubles as a hand guard. But it's a cool sword. Finally, with the trailer, you have a whole bunch of places to peg battle effects or plug in the turret. because it has a peg down here in the bottom. So you'll have to excuse the so big it doesn't fit, and this is the tripod that I use for my camera, so it's gonna be in the way. I was kind of disappointed that the car part of the alt mode didn't tuck in more into the trailer. As mentioned, I loved the G1 alt mode, and I also loved the Titanium Rodimus's alt mode, which is basically G1 but squatter. It does separate. The car, since it is I guess a truck, quotation marks. The cab is bigger than Hot Rod, than Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. It's like I've eaten a full meal, begin meal. So Rodimus is way bigger than Hot Rod, of course, because he's a Voyager size. I do like he has lots of vents on him, Rodimus. He has vents up here. He has some vents back here. I've heard, I haven't tried it out myself, but I've heard that the canopy can open and I guess maybe fit a Prime Master if you crush him enough, but it does open a little bit due to transformation. As you can see, there's a hinge here, and looking from the chest of Rodimus, you can see that. Here's where the windshield tabs in. So it does open a little bit. I'm not going to open it now because this copy still has the little plastic things on it. The trailer doesn't close completely, as you can see, even without the turret in it. So that's, I guess that's kind of like a design flaw, but it doesn't bother me. As long as it comes as close together as it can, I'm good. The doors open on the trailer. They open here on the bedroom, at the bedroom. I say bedroom because in most most home trailers like this, there is a part that goes over the vehicle, and usually there's windows in the front, and sometimes that's where people sleep up here. So it does open, and there's a compartment. Doesn't go very far, but you can put your blast effects there if you want. There are also doors that open in the back. It's a two-way operation with tiny pistons that John Warden was very proud of. So you see these pistons? One of the reasons that this is a commander class for 90 bucks, almost 90. It's pretty cool. I like it. And you get this ramp here that can tab in with other connectors. And also, you got a tray at the bottom so you can put your labels like this. This one's for the collection. Yeah, doesn't come out all the way, but I'm sure if I force it, I could remove the tray. But you got extra storage down there for funsies. There's also a fan mode which turns the trailer into a drone. I'll try to put the picture now. but I don't know how to do that configuration.
Guilty or innocent?
Final verdict, it's the end of the road for your wallet, Galvatron. $90 plus is a horrible price to pay for this guy. It's a good thing that you only have to pay it once. The Commander class figures are tough to come by in the States. As of this review, which is August 2021, his availability is limited. He might be better stocked come Christmas, but I think the fandom is going to be looking for wave one of the new legacy, if that's what they're going to call it, the new legacy figures. I love the character, so the price to me is acceptable. Will he go on sale? Probably not. Amazon had them on the site for a while. I think they still have them, but they don't have them in stock. You could buy it. It doesn't say pre-order, but it says in stock soon. But everyone else on Amazon is selling him upwards from $100, and he's almost sold out everywhere else. Despite what people were saying about this Commander class figure when it was revealed, he's selling like hotcakes. I believe he's a good toy. He's expensive because of what's been put into him. There's a lot of parts, a lot of accessories, a lot of movable joints and stuff. So if his tires don't have paint, I'm not gonna cry because that's more money. It's more money that's being put in. You want painted tires, but you don't want to pay more? Then shut up. The trailer's only use, just like with Optimus Prime, is to make the alt mode look good. Like, I realized buying the Walmart Optimus that comes without a trailer. It's Optimus, but he's missing something. You know, when you transform him into a truck, there's no trailer behind him, even though as a robot mode, he's perfect. So it's like if they just sold you the cab of Rodimus, he'd feel incomplete. I wish he looked like the G1 version, like maybe more squat, but hey. I don't see a lot of fun with the trailer, but I don't know. I'm not a kid. Maybe a kid will love the trailer. Maybe they'll put all their figures on trailer with the blast effects and have fun connected to Triptychon and stuff like that. It's a mixed bag to recommend because if you look at the commanders, previous commanders, you had the Chonky Jet, which was Jetfire. You had the Chonky Chicken Burb, and the Chonky Cat, which was Skylynx. They were both chunk. Their heft justified their price. Um, but with the heft of Rodimus, kinda is like, yeah, I don't know, maybe. If we do get a Motor Master in the upcoming line, he's probably gonna be like this. The cab's gonna be Motor Master, and the trailer is gonna turn into like the body of Menasor, which third-party toys have done that, and Hasbro loves looking at them and seeing where they fail and where they succeed and copying that. So commanders aren't going to return to the chunkiness of burbs and the jets. So I don't know. I and if you're willing to skip it, it's I guess it's acceptable. There are some things that like I'll be like, yeah, it's fine. I don't really need that. But remember, if you do decide to skip it, but you really wanted it, but you're skipping it for some reason other than not having money, you might not be able to get it for cheap later. It's like Metroplex. If you skipped out on Metroplex, try getting him now. See how good that feels. Hopefully, we'll get Metroplex in Legacy and not the Cybertron Metroplex, which is a design I don't like. with the G1 one, and not the one from the game. That design's kind of ugly too. So if you're interested, get him. Do not hesitate. Titans and Commander classes, the bigger they are, the harder they are to get. You'll see deluxes go on sale, and Voyagers, and maybe Leader class on occasion. But Titans, it's rare, and the Commander is also rare. So if you're interested, get it. If not, if you can skip it, then skip it. I'm Aries 83, and I'll see you next time. Rodimus Prime. Bye.